Hello, my name is Rory Houlihan. I am running for House of Representatives, Kentucky. But right now what we need to do is get our economy going. In order for our economy to get back going, we have to start to protect everyone. And at this time, we just can't. The fact is that we were caught flat-footed because Trump golfed while the virus spread. And when someone did try to get Trump going, like Mulvaney, Trump fired him. Enough down this road. Now, we are looking at not having enough PPE, personal protection equipment, to even protect our frontline healthcare personnel. Being in retail, I know right now we are not protecting enough our cashiers, who cannot distance themselves enough. This gives the virus an easy target to infect. Since this virus has a 6 to 14 day incubation period, that a person infected can reinfect others without they themselves. Cashiers and other gateway positions need to be protected. Retail outlets must protect these folks so we can protect our customers. So, I'm offering a Rory rig solution today. Let's look at the PPE that all folks should be wearing today. The first PPE is face masks, like an N95, which I have right here. The next we should have is to have shields, which is this right here, or safety glasses, which I have right here, and then we need gloves, like that right here, and then we need to sanitize and clean our hands often. Well, these are in short supply, especially these right here. So we need to do is replace this and this right here. So how do we replace them is the question. Well, to make a Houli-Mask, you need is a roll of microfiber paper toweling. It should look like this and not like that. It should. You will need a thing of string. You will need staples or super glue, and it would be advisable that you have twist ties of varying sizes or a wire, because this is a little stiffer than a normal fabric mask. So the Houli-Mask is a very simple thing to make at home. So let's go and start showing you how to do that. Now let me be honest with you. My solution is not going to be as good as an N95 mask, okay? Or a manufacturer's shield, but something currently than nothing currently. Okay? First, let's take a look at the alternative face masks. Since I'm creating it, I get to name it. How about Houli-Mask? Short for Houlihan's mask. Okay. Make sure you have a clean surface. So with a little bleachy cleaner, so that you start off good. Let's start with a prototype, which is going to be this right here and this right there, so you know what you're looking at. Roll out enough paper toweling. These are in half sheets, so we're going to roll out 4 of those. This is a Viva. The Scott shop towels are preferred over the Viva, but that's what I have at home, so that's what we're using. The mask surface can be items, and I'm using products from Lowe's that Lowe's sells, so I'll give you the numbers. It's the Pro brand micro mesh towels, which are 727, 967, 70, 751, 839, and 50, 34, 32. And these can be reused if they're gently washed in sanitizing detergent. Then there is the Viva, which I'm using today, but our shop towels are thicker and therefore better, and they are like the Scott 1644 243, and then we also have Sellers paper towels. Item numbers are 31, 87, 17, 80, 71, 17, and 37, 17, 81. Measure out about 3 foot of string and put a knot on the end of that string. Probably a double knot would be better. After measuring off and putting the string on the halfway mark with the knot just on the outside of the paper toweling, you can stop right there and we'll go to the next. You're going to need string. Okay, the string would be like nylon strings. It would be like 71, 46, 60, 90, 05, 25, 19, 60, 89, and 19, 53, 36. Now to make sure this is the bottom. To make sure the bottom of the mask fits snugly against your chin and cheeks, you can put in a thing of wire. In other words, you can use twist tie material to do this. Now fold carefully in half and then staple each end, making sure you keep the rope taut and the twist ties on the bottom centered. Bye. The staples should look something like that. You should have two at this end. You should have one holding the piece of twist tie on one end and then on the other, and then one to hold the string into place on the back side. To hold it together, well, you can use Arrow hot stick glue sticks with a hot glue gun. You can use super glue. Okay, and I like the gel. Those would be as follows. This would be 55, 69, 40, 14, 67, 00, 32, 12, 58, 70, and 35, 47, 03. You can also use just plain old staples from a staple gun. Now, if you're going to use the staples from a staple gun, you need to put, I doubt if you can see it, but this flat side out and the leg side up and away from you so you're not going to scratch your face and cut yourself with it. Okay? Is take this and fold it in half so it can fit over like so. Now, this itself is big enough to do the job. Okay? But we can't put any kind of pleats in it, so it's not going to fit totally close. We can make this, put pleats in, if we take and make it a full size item, like this right here. And again, the shop towels would be already full size. You want to have 3 staples on each side to hold the fold in place. Stapling as we go down the line.
That was a rough one. I love that. Videos up. people licking toilets. I just read an article.
There you go. You've got it all the way down the thing, except for the very, very end. Now let's flip this over, okay? So you can see this right here. We've got a flap here and a flap here. That's going to be your top. So we're going to now work on the top. Now what you want to do is make a loop. Got everything set. You can make this, since you're building it for yourself, this loop to be exactly the size that you need. You're going to run 2 staples in, then you're going to double it back and staple one more to hold it together. Okay? And the final piece should look like this. This is going to be your top, that's going to be your bottom, and when you put it on, it should work, because you have a nose piece that will form around your nose, and you have a bottom piece that will form around your chin and give you a nice seal. And didn't take a whole lot of time to do, and was relatively cheap to do. Now, if it's too wide, all you need is about 3.5 inches. Fold over the bottom piece and restaple it so that you can shorten it up, okay? So it fits on the front of your face. And that will solve any bit that it's too big.
Let's talk about the shield that you're going to need. Okay? You're going to need to build a frame. Frame is most likely going to be wood. I guess you could get fancy dancy and do something like this, which is beautiful for making your screens and making a shield too. You're going to need screws to put together the frame, okay? And you're going to need clear plastic. You're going to probably also need staples to put everything together. So, wood, screws, plastic, and staples. Not a whole lot to do. The first thing you're going to do with the frame is cut it in half. Okay, and the reason we're going to cut this in half is that the average width of a person is about 18 inches. And so we need to make it double the size of the person's width, or make it 36. That's your minimal distance, okay, to allow you to be shielded properly. Okay, now I have cut and pre-drilled the holes in my board so I don't split the wood, and I used a 1/16 drill bit to do that. Okay, now to the shield we need to use 1x2 inch boards. Okay, the items I would recommend are 48, 93, 311, 11, 1408, 1039, 4511, or if you want to get fancy, there's a nice pre-surfaced alternative which is 78, 50, 84. Okay, these right here are the screws, okay, to put your frame together. As you can almost see, the screws are washer head and they're extremely flat. That way I can press the board and I don't split the board. Okay, And these are going, the screws that I recommend are going to be the Craig screws, which are going to be 31, 721, 31, 89, 24, 76, 600, 133, 023, and 17, 56, 59. Or what I'm using today is the GRK cabinet screws, and they're going to be 58, 02, 11. All we're going to do is put this on, put it in, and drive her in. Two, flip her over, come on, be nice to me. Now, if you don't like the look of the wood, you can always paint it and make it look pretty, okay? And here is your frame for your shield, so that the cashiers can stand behind it and any kind of aerosols that may be pushed out by the customers or by the cashiers won't pass through. That way both sides of the shield are protected from each other and we keep things from being transmitted. Now, the next thing we're going to have to do is to go and take our lovely clear plastic. I have just enough to do this. Now, the nice thing about this type of plastic is that it's all wrinkly now, but I can hit it with a hair dryer and it will be nice and not wrinkly afterwards, okay? Believe it or not, I did not pre-cut this. So, I'm actually surprised if it actually will work. Let's bring it back so it's supported. We're going to take this and actually make it a bit long because I want to wrap this edge around the other side. Okay, we've got this so that it is, relatively speaking, we're going to put a couple screws in the center. Okay, now we're going to do is bring it around, take this frame, and we're going to pull this up over the edge and stay put. Okay. We're going to flip this over. Here we are. You're behind your shield. You've got your mask on. If you want to, you can put on safety glasses, but you don't need to because you've got the shield in front of you. You've got the hand sanitizer with this little sponge, and it's all filled with sanitizing solution here. You're at your register, saying hi, hello to the folks, ringing up the product, and putting it in the bag, and your customers are safe, your cashiers are safe, and let's put it this way. If you ain't got anything better than paper toweling to go with, then something like this ain't a bad idea. It didn't take a whole lot, and it worked out halfway decent.